gang. Hey, nothing but love and respect. You might have some cool fans, but mine are the best. We've been through it all, went to war when duty called. Never left a man behind, we move as one is super strong. I don't want followers, that implies I'm the leader. I'm not the captain, I just gave them something they can believe in. I hold the lamp in the darkness, but they're the light that I needed to see the road that we walk in between the angels and demons. And my fans have my back. Hate us if your feelings don't like facts. And my fans will fight back. Beat you with the keyboard you've been using to write back. I guess we need each other like both sides of the battery. We the army, we the homies, we the gang, we the cavalry. We're brothers and sisters, we hold it down like we gravity. Can't nobody break the bond that made us all family.
Me and my fans, we don't care what anybody say. Middle fingers to whoever in the way, man. Me and my fans, we gon' be together till the grave. It's a game till forever and a day, man. Me and my fans, we don't even trip in the hate. We the I don't give a fuck in our range, man. Me and my fans,
we the hangover gang. Gang, 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 gang.
Oklahoma weather can dish out some of the worst punishment in the world. Hi everyone, I'm meteorologist Tuttle. But now you can fight back by installing Class 4 impact-resistant shingles from Ferguson Roof Systems. These shingles can withstand large hail, heavy rain, and hurricane-force winds, all while keeping your home safe and dry. And the best part? This upgrade is completely free for many homeowners. So call today to start reaping the benefits these Class 4 shingles bring, including a discount on home insurance. Only at FergusonRoofSystems.com.
Hey there, meteorologist Tuttle back with you again. It is about 10 minutes till noon here on your Friday, so I hope your Friday morning's gone well. I hope most of you got to spend it indoors with some hot coffee or cocoa or whatever. And maybe the kids are out there throwing some snowballs already. Obviously, we had a little bit of snow overnight into this morning as predicted, so hopefully you weren't living under a rock and you knew it was coming and you were able to adjust accordingly. So thanks for joining me. We're going to talk about, get rid of this thing. I got the wrong thing up here. Here we go. We're going to talk about what we can expect for the rest of today, and we're also going to show you some of your pictures that are out there that you've sent in so far for your snow, and we're looking at the snowfall measurements. So we'll jam-pack a lot of stuff here for you, give you the rest of the forecast. So out there right now, obviously it's cloudy. Still got some light snow in parts of central Oklahoma. Nice view of the snow-capped roofs out there in your neighborhood. Temperatures are starting to slowly climb up, so I'm at 26.8 degrees here at my Tempest weather station. Still got a north wind out there gusting around 10 miles an hour up to around 20 at times. All right, let's see. So the first thing we're going to want to do is this guy right here. And how much snow have we seen, and is there still more to come? So I'll put this in motion for you. This is the current radar view, and it's flipped over into the precipitation of the winter variety. So it's a winter precip type, as we call it. And you will still see a little swath here of some very light snow into southwest Oklahoma, kind of moving into an easterly fashion. And you also see a swath of light snow up here around Tulsa and northeast Oklahoma, also moving in easterly fashion. And yes, you can see Arkansas is getting the big round of snow now northwest. And here's that big mess out here around Fort Smith down to southeast Oklahoma, where there's a little bit of a wintry mix still ongoing. And that does continue a little bit down south into North Texas, where they're getting a little bit of light snow here crossing over the Red River. And they've had pockets of sleet here reported out west of Tarrant County here this morning. So not a lot of precipitation in there as far as anything heavy goes, so that's some good news. All right, so let's take it quadrant by quadrant. All right, so let's see how much snow we've had. We're just going to put our little cursor over a few of these areas. So Woodward, about an inch of snow. Alva up here in northern Oklahoma, also about an inch of snow. Out here in Leedy, same thing. Enid, what have you guys had? About an inch, just under an inch they're reported. We go a little bit further to the north and east there, right around an inch, close to the Ponca City area. Matter of fact, Ponca City itself also about an inch of snow. As we head on into Pawnee, so near Stillwater, unfortunately not a whole lot there, just about a half an inch in this little region. Let's go into Stillwater itself. Just under an inch there. But whoa, look at this. You get just a little hair south of Stillwater near Perkins, and you're looking at 3 inches of snow. So you have that line picked up, whereas Mulhall's about half an inch. From there, about half an inch to west of Guthrie. Then you get into the little sweet spot here in the central Oklahoma. And we talked about this last night in the forecast, how it looked like the best snow band, believe it or not, was going to be along the I-40 corridor, not in northern Oklahoma, where we could see 2 to 3 inch totals. Well, here we have 2.5 inches of snow here for the near Seward, North Edmond. Same thing here on the west side of around Piedmont, about 2.5 inches in the Village. Same thing there for Piedmont, 2.5 inches. Once you get out here to El Reno, it does drop off to about an inch there. Geary, also about an inch. Looks like a Greenfield, also about an inch. Southwest side of town, a Mustang, about an inch of snow. Oklahoma City itself, downtown, looks like about an inch there. 2 inches in Choctaw. Had a coworker, he said he measured 3.5 inches. Here's 3 inches there around Hera. Down in Norman, had a coworker there, said about an inch. This one says 2.3 to be exact, and still snowing. This one says 2 inches of snow. Cleveland, let's see, Noble, we got about 1.2 inches. What about Shawnee, etc.? Seminole County, looks like you guys have had about, well, they're still reporting. It says 0, so obviously that's not right. We'll wait for them to finish sticking their yardstick in the snow. Out here along I-40 east of Dakota and eastern Oklahoma, there's about a half inch there. Muskogee, let's see, there's about 2 inches. Up in the Tulsa area, let's see, Wagner, guys, about 3.5 inches, and 3.3 from a Weather Service employee. Let's see here, Oneida, about 3. Let's see, Tulsa Broken Arrow, about 2.5. Tulsa proper, about 2.5. So there you go, 2.5 to 3 inches of snow in these little hot spots here. Primarily, if I draw a little zone across this part of Oklahoma, and then also kind of up in this region here, seems to be kind of the hardest hit areas, and that's kind of right along the I-44 corridor, bounded by I-40. So there's where most of your snow fell overnight and early this morning. And of course, we're still getting some new snow down here, which hasn't quite accumulated into the record books yet, but that will happen. Same thing out there for Arkansas. So that is kind of a round robin look at that. If we go to my website, aarontuttle.com, you can scroll down and hit the weather tabs, the weather data tab, and go to multi-state road conditions. And you can plop up the map across the road. You can pick up on these counties that are on here, or the cameras that show up on here, for example, where it even says click to see live camera. So you can click on that, and you can see exactly how roads are moving along and how traffic is going. And here in this particular view, we have traffic moving just fine. The streets are wet, snow on the banks, but that's kind of an example of what you can find all across. Kind of zoom around and pick your poison, so to speak. And of course, Oklahoma City and Tulsa and these areas in orange have seen the most measurable snow, so that's where the road impacts are more affected. And then you can click elsewhere here, and you get live views from Tulsa, for example. Click here, and it'll pop up a little video which will show you traffic moving along, probably similar to Oklahoma City. Streets are wet, but traffic is moving. So there's a quick example of how you can navigate through my website to get the latest on the road conditions at any point in time. That surrounding states is included as well. Now the storm system itself, the tail end of the upper disturbance is back out here across New Mexico. And so we still have some lift out ahead of it in the form of these high-level clouds, but they're not going to be producing a lot of precipitation. So maybe a few flurries for the next couple of hours, but the back edge of this will quickly be making its way from west to east, shoving all the new precipitation out in this quadrant of your picture for the rest of this afternoon. Now, we still are technically under a winter weather advisory, but that'll be dropped off and canceled as we go through the rest of today. Here's that storm system in the upper levels of the atmosphere in the jet stream pattern. Shows you moving through today. And then as we head into Monday, this little guy here will zip on in. However, it's going to be moisture starved, so don't look for a whole lot of rain on Monday. A few sprinkles, mainly across eastern Oklahoma. So for the rest of this afternoon, here's that little light band of snow the model's picked up on. It's going to kind of vaporize, though, over the next hour or so, and then it will continue in southeast Oklahoma through 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5, and exiting the state by 6 o'clock this evening, and then moving on out. Of course, that will be moving into Arkansas during this time frame. So the amounts of snow continuing in this area will be anywhere from 1 to 2 inches from probably this point forward. And there might be some pockets you get up to 3, and that will extend eastward here into western Arkansas. So if you guys out there are saying, where's our snow? Well, it's still coming. Of course, you already have it in northwest Arkansas. And then if we look at the precipitation We talked about on Monday, a few sprinkles showing up in the data, especially across east, southeast, Oklahoma, and northeastern Texas. Then another little system will come in here for the 17th. As that does, it also is going to be starving for some moisture, and it's going to produce a little bit of light showers, maybe rumbles of thunder out here across the eastern half of the state. So it isn't like a whole lot of rain for central or western Oklahoma, kind of on the western fringe of it. So some better rain opportunities on the eastern half of Oklahoma for Thursday night of next week. But that's our next system. And then after that, we got another one around the 21st of the month, but no huge signals for anything like that as far as winter is concerned. So hopefully this is going to be the last hurrah. Fingers crossed, right? All right. Still March, though. Things can happen in March. That's all I'll say about that. Temperatures are going to warm up a little bit today, back into the 30s across the state. So we will get a little bit of a break from the extreme cold here. As we head into tonight, obviously getting cold once again. We'll be back into the, let's see, I stopped that at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. So we'll be back into the 20s and even some teens, especially with some snow on the ground. Be light winds, so I do expect temperatures actually be colder than what the models are suggesting here. I'd subtract about 5, maybe even in some cases 10 degrees off these numbers, especially here in central Oklahoma, just because of the way things happen with drainage and all that stuff with snowpack. But in the afternoon for Saturday, look at that, we'll be back into the 50s across the western half of the state. Still some 40s hanging on, though, across the northeast. And on Sunday, we will rinse and repeat. So chilly in the morning in the 30s, but in the afternoon, look at that, 60s, maybe even some 70s out there across western Oklahoma. Nice, right? Now the winds are going to be cranking up, so it means the fire danger, believe it or not, will crank back up with it on really on Sunday for sure, especially in the afternoon and evening. The winds will start to pick up Saturday afternoon around 20 miles per hour from the south, but on Sunday, gusting up to 40 late afternoon and evening from the south. And let's go on into your temperatures for the next few days. So we're going to rebound things nicely for you into the teens Saturday morning, but into the mid-50s by afternoon, and then 60s from that point forward. And then some nice long-term temperatures here. This is my cup of tea. We're looking at a lot of 60s and 70s. Overnight lows, though, still pretty chilly. All right, so most plants, remember, they're still pretty sensitive when it comes to right around 50 degrees or lower. So it's not like it's ideal to start putting your plants out there, but I get it, because mine are stuffed in a garage, right? And they've been hibernating, and I'm hoping that they'll bounce back when they get a little of Oklahoma's sun and some of these warmer temperatures. But yeah, I'm wanting to put them out there, but some of them don't like temperatures below 50, so I'm just like, come on, I need the space, man. All right, so let's look at that. Let's look at a couple of your pictures that you sent in here, posted on my wall. So I posted this one, about 2.5 inches here at my house, and so you guys can do the same. So Mary, she posted this one. She's not sure how much, but Mary Reed's got a nice little view there. Let's see, Crystal, she said just a few inches of her place, so it looks pretty good. You know, I picked up one of these little chimeneas. I'm ready, excited to get mine cranking as we head into the springtime. Let's see if I can load the rest of these. Sometimes Facebook is nice to me and will load comments, and sometimes it won't. And I have to kind of go and see what happens. All right, so South Tulsa, Leland Gray posted this one, and she's got a little ruler out there. She's got almost 4 inches of snow. So how about that? That's pretty impressive. Let's see who else we got on here. All right, we'll scan a couple more. Weatherford got a little bit more than an inch, so this is what Trevor was reporting. So it looks like the dogs are loving it. I don't see any kids playing on that playground set, though. I don't see any snowmen. But you've obviously got the kids, so get them out there. Let's see some pictures of that. Gotta have your snowball fight. Could be the last one of the year. Melissa in Chickasha posted this one. Melissa Kelly, so thank you for sending this one in. So yeah, anytime you get winter weather event like that, and you get the ice or the snow, and you get some really good pictures, post them on the wall so we can all take a look. Let's see here. I'll post a couple more, and then we'll get out of here for your lunchtime. Here's one from Pryor. So Kimberly Thompson posted this one, and she says she's got about 4 inches of snow. So that would be definitely one of the higher numbers. You know, it's funny, when we looked at the data, if you watched me over the last several nights, we discussed how there's going to be pockets of 3 to 4 inches embedded in like a widespread 1 to 2. And honestly, that forecast was about as good as you're going to get. You can't get any better than that for snowfall forecasts because it's just so difficult to do. And so when you get a forecast like this and it pans out, that's great. They don't always pan out this great, but this one did. And I'm telling you, we're getting a little bit better each decade in meteorology forecasting that stuff, but sometimes, it's just not always perfect. Choctaw. So here's one. Trina Straub's got this one in at about 3 inches of snow. So there you go. It's a nice little ruler measurement. We'll do a couple more. Let's see what else we got here. Let's see. We'll scroll on down. Ooh. Okay. Somebody posted 8 inches of snow from Angel Fire. I'm like, well, yeah, of course. What do you expect? Oh, here's one from Shawnee. So Carrie Mole posted this one out. So she's got about 3 inches or so in Shawnee. So there you go. So you guys got some good stuff there. So it's kind of neat. Yeah, that I-40 and I-44 split to Tulsa, that seemed to be the sweet spot for a lot of the good snowfall amounts. And of course, the north side of Oklahoma City to Edmond was another little hot spot there for 2.5 inches, looks like in many areas. But even on the south side, though, Norman, there was a range from 1 to, was it 2.5, I think we saw on the bigger totals. And let's see, we'll do one more. Tiffany Odom, don't know where she's at, but she posted this one, 4 inches of snow. So there you go. Okay, well, I think that's it for me. That is running out this. We didn't get anything. No, you guys really weren't expecting anything measurable in southwest Oklahoma, or even that little quadrant from, if you were to draw a line from 40 and 35, it just, unfortunately, you weren't expected to get a whole lot. A little dusting, maybe half inch at most. It just never really looked good in the data. Grayson, yeah, Shawnee is cold out there. I'm sure if you have to be outdoors any length of time, you're going to want to bundle up. Sperry got a good 3 inches, Julia said. Jennifer said she got 3 in Okemah. Good to hear, ladies. Thanks for reporting that. Kimberly also 3 inches here in Edmond. Thank you for the stars, Christopher. Mike, good to see you checking in. Let's see. Northwest Arkansas getting hammered, says Jennifer. And said, our people did not predict it well. Well, that's too bad. I don't know why. We talked about it here forever, so I don't get it. The data's out there. It's just, I don't know. Maybe it's up to the interpreter. Okay, and then we have Michael, some stars. Also appreciate you, brother. And then let's see what else we got. That's it. Okay, so I'm gonna get out of here. For lunchtime is running to an end here. So you guys enjoy the rest of your Friday. Will we see another winter storm? I don't know. This one came up pretty quick. In other words, it didn't show up in the data in a 2-week, here it's coming window. It really didn't show up at all, and all of a sudden the signal was there. And that was was it Saturday? I think it was. So I did a blog on Sunday about it. So it was a brand new signal. And it panned out really well. So the European did a really good job at nailing it. It was the only one at first, and the rest of them came on board. And that's typically how that happens in the wintertime. So that's not surprising. But you have to have some guts to go with just one model, right? When the other ones aren't really saying much. And I think at one point somebody had said, well, my TV person in Tulsa said there's only a 10% chance. I said, well, your TV person is wrong, so turn off the channel. They said, well, they like them. So that's fine. The forecast isn't going to work. So that's kind of how that works. Everybody does or could, I guess, get access in theory to most of the data out there if they spend the time and look at it and look for it. I've accumulated quite a list of resources over the years. And there's some I like and some I don't. And I kind of lean one way or another based off experience and just an educated guess, really. And then you try to get them more right than you get wrong, because you guys know your name is mud the minute you get something wrong. So I try not to put any mud in my name. Anyway, all right, well, that's it for me. Appreciate you guys' support for this last week, watching the storm come in. And like I said, roads are already starting to improve out there, as we saw with the live traffic cameras, but be prepared overnight, with the loss of the sunlight. Even though you can't see the sun, it does come through with radiation. and getting cold again. There will be slick spots overnight into tomorrow morning as some of that liquid refreezes on the roadways that are especially the ones that are not treated. And then we'll look better after that, and then we'll just see if there's any storms to keep an eye on. And then we'll be shifting here into severe weather season any minute. So once that happens, we'll be talking about tornadoes and less about snow. All right, guys, been great. Thanks again. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. We'll talk soon. Take care.